Welcome, welcome. I'm welcoming everyone that is joining us. We'll be starting in the next 3 minutes from now. If you're excited to be here, let's see your thumbs up. Let's welcome the new people joining us. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, in this 3 minutes that we have, um, if you can just unmute in 10 seconds or 20 seconds, let's if you just a brief intro and just tell us how if you were able to join last session, just tell us one word, how the last session was for you. Let's use just 2 minutes to just do that before we begin our session proper. If you can unmute your mic, just use one word to describe last session. Um, the floor is open. 2 minutes. We can do that in 2 minutes.
Good evening. Good evening, good evening, coordinator.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Andy Okonkwo, ACA. I want to thank you very well for this wonderful program. I really enjoyed it in as much as we've been waiting for the material, if not that this second section is coming up. So I thank you very much for the organization and do wish that we will get it all this time. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you for speaking up. We'll be sharing the materials. We'll be sharing the recordings to all the people that registered. It should have been shared earlier on, but I think we are still preparing, packaging it, and we'll be sharing it to everyone that's participated. Thank you. Thank you for speaking up. Thank you. Who else? We just have 1 minute more before we begin our meeting proper, our training session proper. Who else wants to try? Just one word to describe how the last session was. If you enjoyed the last session.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good
My name
evening.
is my name is Golden Khalil. I think it's a
Okay.
pleasure joining you. I tried to join the first time, but network couldn't allow me join. I think I'm glad to be here now.
Oh, apologies about that. But thank God you are here, and I'm very sure you're going to enjoy this session, today's session. Okay, it's 7 p.m. already, and we are going to kickstart. A brief introduction. My name is Emmanuel Nsikan. Um, this program is this training session is pulled up together by JCI Lekki Royale. JCI Lekki Royale is a local organization that is part of JCI in Nigeria, and also part of a global organization, JCI Global. And if you are familiar with JCI, JCI means Junior Chamber International, is an international organization that is into leadership development of young people, building. We are into leadership development. Everything we do is to build up young leaders in the global space that will transform our societies. And we have brought up this interesting session to educate us, in the aspect of entrepreneurship, aspect of taxation, and it's going to be an interesting one that you will never forget. And I believe people that joined last session can testify that last session was really, really, really power-packed. Today's one is going to be much more interesting. We have, joining with me, our president in our local organization, Dr. Hassan Ismail, we are privileged to have him in this meeting. We also have some of our, members in our local organization that are here with us, and we have, please let's put up an, our energy emoji to appreciate our facilitator, our speaker. He was, here last session, and he will give us a power-packed training session. Please let's appreciate him. It's a great privilege for us to have him. I'll be introducing him in a few minutes after we take our creed. Please, let's just appreciate him because it was so power-packed. It was so educative. We didn't want to end the session, right? So let's appreciate him. Let's give him our emoji. Let's give him a strong one. Let's say thank you. Let's say thank you to those who were,
Thank
because
you,
we're,
Alpha.
yeah,
Thank
let's
you,
appreciate
sir.
him. Yeah, he's
Thank
going
you.
to be joining us. He's going to be here again. He's already here again, I believe, and he's going to be giving, answering a lot of our questions. So if you have questions, note it down because it's going to be an interactive one. Okay, it's going to be an interactive one. Let's keep the emoji coming. Say thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your courtesy. I appreciate your kind words.
Thank you so much. You've tried well. You tried so well.
All right, so we're going to progress now to reading JCI creed. For us at JCI, everything we do is guided by our values, and our values are clearly written in our creed. So before we do, or before we progress in every of our gatherings to read our creed, so I'm going to be leading us in our JCI creed. For those of our members who can unmute to join, and I'll be reading it slowly, and if you like to just follow us doing the call and response, that will be fine. So I'll just read our JCI creed for us slowly. You can join us to read, or you can just listen. Then after that, our president will be giving us an opening remark. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going on with our JCI creed. 1, 2, go. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life.
That faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life.
That the brotherhood of man
That the brotherhood of man
transcends the sovereignty of nations.
transcends the sovereignty of nations.
That economic justice
That economic justice
can best be won by free men through free enterprise.
can best be won by free men through free enterprise.
That government should be of laws rather than of men.
That government should be of laws rather than of men.
That earth's great treasure lies in human personality.
Earth's great treasure lies in human personality.
And that service to humanity is the best work of life.
And service to humanity is the best work
of life.
Oh wow, great. You can see that the creed, the words in those creed, the values, they are very powerful, and they shape everything we do in JCI. All right, thank you for following to read in our creed. So I'll be opening the floor for our president to give us an opening remark. Thank you. The president, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, PP Emmanuel Insikan, for that wonderful introduction. And I want to use this opportunity to welcome each and every one of us to this training. And I appreciate you all for being timely. It's 7:06 and we already have 103 participants on the call. This shows that the quest for knowledge is very, very alive. In 2023, I run a real estate business, and I got a tax of 248 million naira. When it came to us and we asked to pay that money, my partner was worried that, where are we going? How much do we make that we have been asked to pay 248 million naira in tax? So we consulted a tax consultant, and at the end of the day, that money came down to less than 10% of that figure that we had to remit. So the tax or the FIRS, they can charge you based on something called BOJ, best of judgment. They look at the way you live your lifestyle, and they give you what they think is a reasonable tax for what you do. But you see, recently, just last year, one of my friends also got something like that and he was worried. But because I already had an experience in that, when I saw it, I was just laughing. Now, don't worry, there's a way to handle this. So luckily for us today, we have the best of the best in the tax industry that is going to show us how to properly file our documents, our everything, so that you will not be on the other side of the law. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once more to this session that's going to be very, very impactful. Thank you, VP Nsika.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President. You're always coming with words of wisdom, and thank you for assuring us that, we'll be learning a lot on how to, handle tax in our businesses. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Again, please let's put some emojis for our president. Clapping emoji, thumbs up emoji. It's, we are privileged to have him here join us. All right. If you're happy to, in this second session, just keep the emojis going for the next 10 seconds. Let's keep the emojis going. And we have about 113 people here. Wow. 114. Wow. Let's keep the emojis coming. Wow. It's interesting. Well, I'm excited to be here, and I'm glad that, I'm not the only excited person here. All right. So the next on our agenda is, we're going to have a brief review of, you know, um, the in the last session that we have, just to give us a recap, of the, the wonderful session that, we enjoyed last session. But before we do that, before I invite our speaker, I'm just going to, introduce him. He's just like our president has said, he's the best of the best. So I'm going to read his profile, for us to know that, we are privileged to have a very great personality, come take us in this session. It's a privilege to have him because, wow, this is supposed to be a paid session, right? But, we are privileged to have it free. So I'm going to read his profile, then he is going to, bless us by giving us a recap. Then we'll go into a question and answer session. Are you ready? Yeah, so I'm going to read this profile now.
We are ready.
Okay, so a speaker that has been here, be taking us on this session is Mr. Kayode Okunola. Mr. Kayode is an accountant and a tax consultant who is passionate about helping people make sense of their numbers. He runs Kayode Okunola and Company, that's TaxDoctorNG, a firm that helps businesses in Nigeria and Canada stay compliant, keep clean books, and grow with confidence. Mr. Kayode believes finance doesn't have to be complicated. Okay, just like share hearing from Mr. President experience, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Through Mr. Kayede's teaching, tax education, content, and hands-on consulting, he helps business owners understand how good records and proper tax planning can protect and strengthen their businesses. When he's not working with clients, you will find him creating educational content that simplifies tax laws and inspires entrepreneurs to take control of their finances. So you can see that Mr. Kayode is a well-experienced person in the tax space, in the finance space, and he's passionate about what he does. So please, with a very energetic emojis, let's welcome him. Let's see your clapping emojis. Let's see your thumbs up emojis. Let's welcome him into the virtual floor. Let's welcome him. Let's welcome him. Let's work. If you're happy to have him, let's welcome him. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, sir, Mr. Kayode, the floor is yours. Thank you for gracing us again with your time and your presence. The floor is yours for you to give us a recap of last session, and before we go into the Q&A session proper.
Yeah, thank you everyone for having me. the warm welcome and the clapping and the appreciation is a little bit too much for taking. I do appreciate it. So last week, because I had other engagements, I was taking another class immediately after yours. So I really couldn't wait around for all the questions. So I offer that we can come back to have this conversation. So just to have a bit of recap, host, you need to allow me to be able to share my screen.
Okay, that we're going to give you access to share your
Okay,
screen.
I think I have the access now.
All right, all right.
So just to be able to go into a recap of what we did last week. So I tried to just create something simpler, right? So we can just look at it and have conversations. So really, the new tax law is here, and we all know. And what everybody want to be doing is just summarized in these three bullet points. So the first thing is that you want to understand what will impact your business income. You want to know what will be the critical compliance steps that you need to take. What I haven't had many people talk about is this second one, the critical compliance step. Many people believe that the tax law is just going to start in January, but that's not what the law is saying. We have existing tax law. So if you have found yourself wanting, meaning that if you are not up to date with your tax compliances, you are going to carry it forward into 2026. So your whatever you have done in the past is not being forgiven. So it is important that we understand that. Now, another thing that we really didn't talk about last week, it's personal income tax. So, and I decided to bring in the personal income tax calculator here, so we can demonstrate how it looks like and what is expected of us. So let me say that if you're already paying personal income tax, either as an employee or if you run a business name, your personal income tax is most likely not going to go up except you earn in the range of 20 million and above. So if your salary is below 50 million, or your profit as a business person is below 15 million, you most likely will be paying lower taxes from January. And let's quickly demonstrate that. So let's just, host, can you give me a figure? Just give me a figure, a gross annual income, just a random figure.
Can we do like, okay, 10 million, if that's not so high?
Okay, 10 million. So let's assume this person earns 10 million. So the law says that you also have a rent relief, meaning that the government is going to give you a certain percentage of your income as rent relief. So what does this mean? So the law says that you will enjoy 20% of your income as rent relief. However, it is subject to a maximum of 500,000. So let's say that by rule of the thumb, it is assumed or advisable that you should not do more than 1/3 of your income as your rent. So if you earn 10 million and you are living in a place of 5 million, that's a mismatch. So in along that line, so I will assume that this rent is about 3.3 million. Let's say the maximum amount this person is supposed to do. So if you contribute to National Housing Fund, right? Whatever your contribution, you can put it here. If you have a national health insurance scheme, if you pay insurance premium for health, you can put it here. If you do pension, so let's assume this person does pension and he pays 8% of his income, so I will do 800, that would be 800,000, 8%. And let's assume that the person also have a life insurance policy for himself or his wife. Not too many people do this, so I will just assume this guy doesn't have, right? Then the law wants everybody to be a landlord. So the law is encouraging you that you can take loan to build a house. If you do that, the interest you pay on the loan will be given to you. So let's assume, of course, you know that if you have loan that owner occupier loan, then you won't be able to claim rent together. So I just thought I should explain this. So let's calculate this guy here. No, now, so this person with 10 million will have a taxable income of 8.7 million and will pay a total tax of 1,356,000, right? So if we compare it with what he was paying currently before this new tax law, he is on 1.5 million. That's the tax he's paying. So his effective tax rate will come down from 15.1 to 13.6. So if you run this number, right, you will see that before this figure can go up, this difference, before it can turn red, you will almost get to around 20 million. So that's why the government has been saying that this conversation around this tax law being against the masses is not correct, right? So another thing I want to also speak about here is even though the law says that if you earn 800,000, you will not pay tax. However, by the time you had so 800 would take us to about 67,000 per month. But if you had the rent relief of 200,000, right? It will take us to around 1 million. So 1 million divided by 20. So that will be giving us around between 80 something thousand plus before you say that you pay tax on a monthly basis. So I thought I like this because I know that a number of questions is likely to come up on that. So now, whatever you do under this tax law, here is what you must avoid, right? You must avoid this place. You must never let this catch up with you, because it really doesn't add up. If you are not supposed to pay tax and you end up inviting penalties and interest to yourself just because you are trying to be smarter than the law, you must never let this happen to you, because all of the penalties, they have been ballooned up, and they are things that you can avoid, right? So if you do not register as a taxpayer, if you refuse to obtain a TIN, conventionally, if you register a company today, you must register it in the tax office on or before the end of the 6th month. If you do it by the 7th month, you will incur penalty of 50,000 for the first month and 25,000 subsequently. So if you delay this for 1 year, right? That is 20, that's 250,000 plus 50,000 plus 25,000. That is 325,000 for not registering your company. So why are you trying to bring that to yourself? If every company is supposed to present to the tax office every 12 months your account, right? On or before 31st of June, you file your account if you are a January to December business. So if you don't file, for instance, if you do not file 2026 account by the end of June, which is 30th of June, by July, you will incur 100,000. And for subsequent months, you are going to incur 50,000 naira. So why do you want to do that? So this for not filing for 1 year, we cost you about that's 500,000, 550, 650 for nothing. So what is it that you are running from that will make you incur 650,000 for 1 year? It is not something that anybody should do. Then you should also understand that the tax law now empowers the tax officers to demand your record. This law is saying that you must keep your financial record for 6 years. They can ask from you and demand it within this space of time. So if you don't have it, it is 50,000 naira. Beyond that, the law has even given FRS the right to enter your office. So if you give anywhere you say your office is, the law has permit the FRS to enter the place. So if you do not allow them entrance, you will be going against the law. Another thing you want to be mindful of is that for every taxes you have not paid, you continue to incur penalty, administrative penalty, plus CBN rate of interest. You don't want to do that. Lastly, before I leave this space, is the power to distrain. You have to understand that the law has empowered the tax office to do what? To seize your assets if they have proven that you owe taxes and you don't want to pay. So before now, like I said last week, this provision was invoked during late President Muhammadu Buhari, but the banks did not really comply fully because the law there was a lacuna wherein some taxpayers invoked the right to privacy, and some banks had to stop refusing that order from FRS. But that is no longer there. The banks are even they are the banks are now what's the word now? Protected. You know, if they answer to what FRS have said, they are protected by the law. The only thing they want to be sure that is that all dispute resolution mechanism have been employed, i.e. they have written you, you've responded, you have disagreed, ombudsman have came in, then you've gone to a high court, to Supreme, or even to a court of appeal, even to Supreme. So once they can tick those things, then they will have any reason not to comply. So what am I saying in essence? This law has come. The first thing you need to do to pay lower taxes is your mindset. You need to address yourself that, hey, this law is here. I need to comply. Because if you don't comply, you will now bring the burden of all these penalties to yourself. So once you address your your mindset, the next thing is to see where you are in terms of compliance. Are you up to date? If you are not up to date, it's not too late. We still have about 2 months. You can quickly, address your non-compliance. And thirdly, as we go into that era, you have to be disciplined to keep your records. That's the only, that's my worry and fear for many small businesses, right? Or even large businesses. People are used to not keeping their records. People are used to we all do it, but some of us are just better than the other. Some guy will want to transfer money in his account, he will just write Emmanuel. All of those things you will be playing into the hands of the tax authorities. Let me tell you what, the tax officers are angry at the moment. Do you know why? Because all the small business owners that are going to be under small business exemption, right? They are angry that 100 million and below will not have reasons to pay taxes. So they have one vendetta, which is they will try as much as possible to prove that your revenue is more than what you are declaring. Similarly, they will try as much as possible to say that the cost you are declaring should be lower. The only reason or the only thing, the only antidote to these situations is accurate and complete record keeping. And you must cultivate the habit of keeping your source document. Keeping your source document is very key, right? So on that note, I'm going to pause because I know that the questions are going to come in tons, so we can have time to address them.
Oh wow, thank you very much, sir, for for that wonderful, educative session. Thank you for bringing us to the awareness of the penalties that's involved in trying to avoid tax and all that. Thank you very much, sir. So because of our time, we'll just go we'll dive in straight into our Q&A session. And like some of us are already dropping our questions in the group. So if you have questions you are yet to drop, you can note it down so that you can unmute your mic, and then you can ask the question. So we are going to be doing it orderly. I'm going to be reading the questions that are already posted here. Then others can unmute their mic, raising up your hand, and we'll be giving you the floor to ask your questions one by one. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and ask the first question on the chat. So the first person asks, do you get tasked as an NGO? That's the first question. I don't know whether I can read 2 or 3 questions at a time just to save time, or I should take them one by one, sir. I mean.
You can as your lordship places.
Okay. I'll just take these 3 questions at a time, and if you want me to recap, I can. I'll be ready to recap.
No, I'm saying the chat, so I can go ahead and answer.
Okay. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, so the first question is, do you get taxed as an NGO? No. Non-for-profit organizations are not to pay taxes. However, if you go into any profit making venture, you have to pay tax on that. If you divert the funds of the NGO to personal uses, the taxman will query you and have issues with that. So as long as you stay within the object clause of the NGO, you are exempted from tax. But if you have an NGO that sell things and make profit, that profit is taxable. Now, the law has promised us to return VAT. How will we get refunds? Come January, we're going to have circulars that explains what we are to do in this regard. So I do believe you will have to have filed your VAT on a monthly basis, and whatever refund you have on account, I believe there will be a mechanism for you to ask for withdrawal, and they will be able to process your request. According to government, the tax reform will come into implementation in January 2026. Please, what rates as regard income tax, education tax is applicable? So if you are categorized as a small business owners, your company income tax rate as a limited liability will be 0. But if you are large, meaning 100 million and above, you will pay income tax at the rate of 30% and development levy at 4%. So the issue of ETC is no longer in the question. All other taxes, that is education tax, police, NASENI, and all of those, they have been consolidated into one name head called development levy. So that's what you see when this law commences. Compliance isn't the issue. The problem is accountability. How will the tax revenue be used? Unfortunately, this is not is beyond the conversation here. None of us have the power by law to answer this question. If we want to have this kind of conversation, we can, as citizens, we can write and query, and above all, we can push our concerns to our representatives in the National Assembly. They are the ones that are provided for in the law to do oversight functions. So any other thing is just that we can raise our opinion. The law permits us to freedom of expression. However, we must ensure we stay within the law. So the other question I have here is, does the law apply to employee who is already remitting monthly tax? No, as long as you are your only source of income is employment income, it is expected that your employer will do their own tax obligation as a tax agent and deduct your income tax through pay as you earn on a monthly basis and remit to government. How does it affect business name? Well, personally, I do not see how it affects the business name beyond what I have advised. I have seen a lot of people trying to change their business to limited liability just because they felt that under 100 million, they won't pay any tax. You may not be addressing the whole thing. Either as a business name owner or as a limited liability owner, irrespective of the size of your revenue, you have obligation to pay personal income tax, right? So if you have a business name, at the end of the year, you will remove all your costs from your revenue. The profit you have will become will become your taxable income, or your gross income, sorry, and you will bring it to the table I showed you before. Now, if you transfer yourself to limited liability, even if your limited liability is not going to pay any tax, the amount of money that is left, which is profit, the law expects you to share it. If you are more than one, if you are the only person, the law expects you to pay taxes on it as what you have derived from the business. Maybe you are collecting salary from that business, or you are doing allowances, or you are not doing anything. You must take every other, all the profit as dividend. Right? How you want to do it. So for me, if you are within the range of small business, right, I do not see any benefit to converting your business to limited liability. Okay. Does this law apply to? No, I already answered that. How will this reform affect private schools? Well, as far as I know, private schools are now limited liability. Before now, schools are allowed to run as business ventures, but if you have to register a school now, it's a limited liability you are allowed to. So to that extent, if you make a profit at the end of the year, you pay profit on your income tax. Also, if you have employees, you have to make sure you keep your responsibility to deduct taxes from their salary and pay on or before 10th of the following month. A lot of schools, a lot of businesses are going to get into tax issues because from experience, from data, it has shown that people deduct payee from others and they refuse to remit them. So that is going to become an issue that you don't want to get yourself into. For a small startup with limited liability, can the company have more than one account? Well, as long as you are able to keep track of your accounts, you can have 10, you can have one. What is important is you keep record, and yeah, that's it. Is it advisable to change from business name to LLC? I already answered that. Except you are really outside the small business range, I do not see any benefit of it to you. I may be wrong, but I think I believe so strongly. Please, how did you arrive at 3.3 million for rent relief? Secondly, how do I go about remitting withholding tax I have deducted from vendors? Okay, I said that if you are earning 10 million, conventionally, we believe that you should not use more than 1/3 of your rent, of your income as rent. So 1/3 of 10 million is 33.3%. That's where I got the 3.3 million. However, that is not the rent relief. Remember, I said that the maximum rent you can do is 500,000. So if you look at my hello.
Can
Yes,
see your screen.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
if you look at here, you'll see that the taxable income here is 8,700,000. Do you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. So you see that that's just 1.3 million naira deducted from 10 million. So how did the system came about that? It is this pension contribution and the maximum of the rent, which is 500,000, right? So if you had even though the rent here is 3.3, the system will only allow 500. So if you had 500 to 800, it becomes 1.3. If you take it away from 10 million, it gives you 8.7. So irrespective of the amount of rent you pay, you can only take 500,000 as rent relief. Okay. So as an existing limited applicant, are we mandated to do our returns before June or wait until sometime before? Okay, so all of this question by Johnny, let me say that what the law says is you have 6 months after your year end to file your returns before you start incurring penalty. So if your year end is January to December, you must file your return on or before 30th of June. Otherwise, you get into the penalty realm. Wait until sometime before 2027, we get you into tax penalty and issues. Even when that's it. So even as a small company, as a small business, please listen. The fact that you are going to pay company income tax at 0% does not exclude you from filing your returns. So that's why I said that many people, even though they are not supposed to pay income tax, but they are going to find themselves into non-compliance and they will pay heavily. So if you are not supposed to pay company income tax and you are expected to file your return on or before June and you now fail, so in this case now, you will end up paying July, August, September. So you end up paying 200,000 for late filing. Something you could have filed in June or May or any time before June. Why wait? So this figure of 100 million for small business, is it 100 million turnover or it is turnover? 100 million in turnover. Will this target take effect from 2025 accounting year or 2026 accounting year? So for VAT, it will be from 1st January 2026, right? For CIT, most likely 2026 accounting year. So for the year ending 2025, we will most likely be paying the CIT at the current rate, right? The law is not expected to take effect retroactively or retrospectively, right? My question is, as a freelancer whose income is not constant, example, some months can be 1K, some months can be lower. So will it be deducted yearly by going to file a tax office? So as a freelancer, if you run a business name, the law does not expect anybody that cannot determine his final income to pay taxes. So as a freelancer running a business name, you will file your personal income tax as income from trade. So income from trade gives you the opportunity to aggregate. So in 2026, you will aggregate everything you have made in 2025, deduct the aggregation of your cost, and make sure you file your tax on or before 31st of March 2026. So this issue of is not regular doesn't come into the conversation because you are expected to aggregate your income at the end of the year and you have 90 days to do that. I hope I'm addressing these questions.
Yes,
Yeah, so I have another one here. What are the implications of operating your account as an enterprise business team, how are people using the personal account for business going to be taxed? So in your best interest, I will advise you to stop commingling. So if you are using your personal account for businesses, it's going to hurt you. So it is in your interest to get your business account separated from your personal account. If you need to take money from your business account to personal account, if it's a loan, make sure it's written as loan. When you return it, make sure it's well described. If you are going to be if you are going to if you enjoy if you if you live on your business as source of income or source of your expenses, I will advise you to fix a salary for yourself. Fix a salary for yourself and take it as I went due into your personal account and spend from there. However, if it is very difficult for you to do this, then you have to tidy it up at the bookkeeping side, i.e., you make sure you create a ledger called director's current account, right? Such that when you declare, you predetermine your salary or your advance, and make sure you pass the journal to that account, so that at any point in time, if we look at your account, we'll see that the business owes you this, or you owe the business that. And you when you post, you categorize accordingly. If you do not do this religiously, you will make yourself very, very easy or prey on by the tax people, because they are now going to use their discretion to allow or disallow some of these undescribed transactions. So to answer this question, I will advise you to stop it. If that's what you are doing, create your personal account, separate it from your business account. For whatever
Good evening,
reasons,
sir.
sorry?
Sorry, good evening, sir. Okay, I wanted to ask a question. I'm in transit and the network is bouncing me in and out, but I want to have a question I would like to ask. I don't know if I could go ahead, sir.
Please go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead. Hello, you have the floor. Please go ahead.
Okay. So is in the area of a small business and VAT. We know that according to what you said, the small business less than 100 million are not liable for income tax and VAT, if I could remember, in the first class. Now, does that mean that they still have to file? And if they have to file, are we filing new returns? That's the first part. The second part is, let's assume a small business have been for the entire year or for most of part of the year, you've been the revenue is less than, let's say, 40 million. And then towards the end of the year, probably gets a big contract and the revenue jumps to above 100 million. Will they have to pay VAT on all the other ones previously, or just on the differential that made it up to 100 million? And then the filing as well. So those are my questions, sir.
Okay, so thank you. So for if you are a small business, you are not expected to pay to charge VAT and remit VAT. When you start complying when you cross that level, so you cannot you don't know, you never knew that you will get over 100 million at the end of the year. So it would be wrong for anybody to insist that you must pay, you must charge VAT and pay when you are not certain, right? Tax is about certainty, if you get what I mean. Now, So it is my considered opinion that you file your NIL even when you are a small company. Just file it. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. Just file, right? So that way, the system will not charge you for supposed to pay personal income tax. Everybody's supposed to pay personal income tax on all income. So you can have income from employment, income from trade, or you have both. For those in employment, civil servant, as in this case, that means you have income from employment. For those that are not employees, but have their businesses running business names, that means they are going to have income from trade. So in this your case, you have both. The first one is being deducted on a monthly basis. So you have the responsibility to declare your income from trade and pay taxes on it on or before 31st of March of the following year. My business is undergoing, how do I manage? My business is undergoing registration with CAC. How do I manage situation before next year? I don't know what you mean by your business is undergoing registration. I do not think registration will last more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks at most. So you should have your business registration document, and you should do the needful, by registering it with tax authority and be ready. What's this? My question is source document. Thank you for that. Most of the suppliers do not have or do not keep invoices. How do I balance and prove accuracy? It is important you ensure that you keep this. Get your suppliers to have, or you can create one for them. There are so many ways to have, to save yourself the hassles. Create one. When they come, make sure they sign before you pay them. That should solve the problem. A simple Excel can do that for you, and you should be good. Someone earning 3 million annually, but have some income that comes inside
Hello,
from
sir.
different account. I believe I answered these questions already.
Yeah, hello, sir. I think sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me? So
I can hear.
Before this question of my source document, I think someone posted a question. Say for someone currently remits payee to Lagos State using LIRS tax ID, will there be any need to obtain the new tax ID? Number two, is it the new TIN or current tax ID that will be used to remit payee from January 2026? And the third one, are we remitting payee on NRS portal or LRRS portal from January 2026? So those are the three questions the person posted before this my question that you just
payee to Lagos State. When remitting payee to Lagos State, we continue to use the Lagos State payee ID until we are advised otherwise. We do know that they are trying to consolidate. Some have said that we are going to switch to NIN. So, but we don't. We just have to keep our minds open, and we follow the directive when they are given. Is the new thing or current will be used to? So I already answered that. They are trying to adopt NIN contacts and CAC registration number for this limited liability and all. So until they direct for that, we will keep our fingers crossed, and everything will come in when we give further directive. Someone analyze, but also have income that comes in sometimes in different accounts. I explained this before. Income from employment, from trade, you are expected to pay tax on both. Income from employment, it is expectedly your salary will have been subjected to tax, and the other sources, you pay tax on them as income from trade. Banks, fixed deposit holders, are they already tax and minority? The tax law does not tax people's capital. So whatever income you make from your is already being taxed at the moment. If you check your account, you'll see that the interest they pay you is always less by the withholding tax. And the withholding tax is already deducted, so I don't see any reason why fixed deposit holder should fear on taxes.
Hello, sir. Hello,
I
sir. Good evening.
registered this.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Hello,
Good
sir. Can you
evening.
hear me? Yeah. Sorry, I just want to ask. Someone
I can
asked
hear
a
you.
question. Yeah. Someone put the question of insurance. If insurance can be used to reduce tax. I don't know if you have answered that, please.
I want to assume that maybe you were not, maybe the person wasn't here when we demonstrated. I said that if you do, the only insurance that can reduce tax is life insurance policy. If you have life insurance policy on your life and your spouse, you can claim that to reduce your gross income before you get to taxable income. But any other insurance is not provided for in the tax law.
Okay.
So, but
Thank you so much.
if you have a business, your insurance premium we qualify as an expense, right?
Wow.
Before
Okay.
Sorry?
Yes, for someone that has the business is around 2 billion,
Your
and it
network
does.
is not allowing me to hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Can you hear me now? I said for someone that has business and is running into billions and he does insurance on the business, that means he will have some exempt from tax, right? For that business
No.
insurance he did.
Insurance is an allowable expense. So as part of insurance premium is an allowable expense. So if you do insurance in doing your business, the premium you pay becomes deductible, right? But when it comes to personal income tax, we are saying that if you have life insurance on your life or your spouses, you can also deduct it from your gross income when you are doing your personal income tax. But if you have a business and you are running it and you have to insure some of your assets to be able to operate, the insurance premium is deductible as an expense.
All right.
Sir, can I come in, sir? I was the one that asked the question, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, sir. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead,
Thank
sir.
you very much for the opportunity. I actually came late, but at least that's one of the things that is bothering my mind. Because I was told that Lagos State does not accept they don't accept premium insurance. Like if you want life insurance, they don't accept it. And that's why I asked that question. If that can fly. I've seen that their template that they can allow life insurance, but I don't. That's why I asked what type of life insurance can be used, because like the one I have now, I have savings plan with an insurance company, but before now what they use in marketing me is that I can use it to reduce my tax burden. So now that I'm hearing from left and right that is not acceptable, some people say it's acceptable. So I don't know which of the life insurance exactly are they talking about.
So the life insurance is more of anything that have deferred annuity, like you're supposed you are collecting it in future, right? That's what I believe is
Okay, so if I
for.
take a program, is a like deferred annuity, something that I take, like maybe I'm saving it for my future or for my child future, maybe 5 years program or 6 years plan. That flies.
So it will. I'm not an insurance expert, but what I do know is that if we interpret it from the spirit of what you have under this, it is, and it will act like a pension income, a pension you are doing that you are supposed to collect in future. That's the that's the spirit of it in my estimation. So, but if you have other insurance that will not qualify as deferred annuity or annuity, Lagos State may have some concerns. So we may want to be very sure if it falls within. But what we can also do is I can interrogate this further for you. I can see how it is captured in the law, and I can get back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry,
Please,
sir. Good evening, sir. I've been in transit also, and I just got home now. Please, I have a very brief question, sir. And the question is, okay, I am in paid employment, and they deduct my pay on a monthly basis, but I have another income somewhere else where they deduct withholding tax on every payment they make to me. Sorry, how do I capture that into my filing? I don't know if I'm clear.
I hear you. I hear your question, and I will answer it. Only that I've answered similar questions. I'm having to repeat myself. So
no, sorry, this one in this case now they deduct withholding.
I know. I'm trying to explain to you. So if you have you are in employment, right? And you have trade. At the end of the year, by March of the following year, you prepare your income tax return from A4, right? If you are in Lagos State or so. So in the form, you will have income from employment, you state it. Income from trade, you state it, right? You calculate what your taxes will what your taxable amount should be. You apply your tax rate, then you have your tax payable. So you will now ask yourself, which of these taxes have I paid before? So everything that has been deducted from your employment, you remove it. Everything that has been withheld from you, right? Withheld from you, expectedly it should have been remitted into your tax ID. If what you do is it has to do with personal income tax, right? So
Absolutely.
withholding tax that has been deducted from you, you also remove it. Then the balance will be your tax liability. So what I'm saying in essence is, if at the point of deduction of your withholding tax was remitted into your personal income tax, then you will deduct it. But if the withholding tax you are telling me is withholding tax deducted from your limited liability, Lagos State or any state internal revenue service will not accept that from you. So if you say withholding tax, which exactly are you referring to? Is it as a business name?
Personal income. As an individual.
Yes, so what you want to ensure is that once they deduct it, ensure that you give them your tax ID and ensure that they remit it. If they do not remit it, it won't be in your portal and it will be difficult for you to claim it. So as they are deducting from you, follow the money until they remit it. If they remit it, you will be able to use it. I believe I answered your question.
Perfectly, sir. Perfectly. Thank you,
okay, sir.
Okay, let me just quickly come in. Thank you, sir, for all the questions you have been answering. They've been very, very educative. So, for everyone that has questions to ask, that wants to speak out, I would like us to do that orderly. That will help us, that will help our facilitator to be able to answer the questions more effectively. So it just indicates if you need to answer, if you have any question to ask before you unmute, just indicates with the hands, and we'll be calling you one by one in the time that we have. So we can do that orderly. So I have so we'll be rounding up in a few minutes. So in the very few minutes that we have, let's say next 5 minutes that we have, we can just quickly answer questions, and we'll be doing a roundup. So can take 2 or 3 more questions, then we can start rounding up. Our time is far spent. We wish that we can have more questions, more time, but
All right.
we'll do
Excuse
that.
me, all right. Mr. Emasa, my own is not a question, but it's a demand. I hope we can get these slides and the recorded version of it.
Yes, we'll make provision for that. We'll make provision for that. So we'll send a link to the chat. Please make sure you click your registered. You register for your attendance so that we can collect this data and send this to you.
Is the link already there now?
So
We'll be sharing that
we didn't get
in a short.
we didn't get the first lecture. The first
It was
So
shared last time.
I had mentioned that people that day there was a code that I wanted people to scan and get it. But if you didn't get it, what I'll do, I'll email the two documents. I'll email it to you, and then we can you can have it. Okay. The documents are with me. I prepared it. I'll give them to you. So there's no problem about that. So
Right.
so someone is asking me, I have a registered business that stopped functioning about 3 years ago. This business as a corporate, hope I will not be called. So I want to believe that if your business stops functioning, it is in your best interest to ensure that you resolve this with the tax office. Okay, make sure that they are in the know that your business stopped functioning, and if you need to wind it down with CAC, do the needful. Leaving a business open in the tax portal will expose you to interest and penalty. Okay. Someone says, sir, can't the tax be removed monthly? So if you are a limited liability company, you have the option to pay taxes on account. You can make upfront taxes, and when you eventually file your returns, you can apply it to it. If you run a business name, you can pay yourself salary and put yourself under payee, so that at the end of the year, when you eventually do your you file your returns, whatever taxes you have paid upfront, you deduct it from tax payable to arrive at your tax liability.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Our time is really fast spent, and we wish that we can have much more time. And I'm really sorry, all the people that have indicated hands to ask questions. Maybe we can, if it's possible, we can plan to have more sessions like this in the future. But because of our time and because we know other people have a lot of things that they need to do.
I've raised my hand for over 30 minutes. Please, now let me ask my own question. Over 30 minutes.
Can we host if it's possible, we can you just accumulate them and see if we can give each of them 1 minute to ask their questions. Let's answer. Except it is absolutely impossible for you guys, then I don't have a choice.
1 minute is okay for me to ask my question.
So we can take 30 seconds for everyone. So your question in 30 seconds, please.
Okay. So my own question is this: as an exchange trader, like a crypto trader who has no fiscal office, where money just comes in and out of my account, how will I be taxed? I've not registered my business before. I've never registered. All that just happens is that money comes into my account and goes out. Like, when I'm like the intermediary between sellers and buyers. So that's how my own money comes in. Is the government going to be aware of that? Okay, there's huge sum of money coming to my account, and
Okay,
they won't
so
stop my tax and stuff like that.
I hear your question. You will not be able to trade from January because the platform holders, the law will compel them that before they can deal with you, you must have a tax ID, and they will have to report to government all trades that passed in on their platform. The person that bought, what was sold, what was bought, at what price and all. So you will not be able to trade if you don't have a tax ID. What is good for you, register.
No, these transactions can be between like not even outside of platforms. Maybe some buyer A and buyer B. I have them in my contact list.
Then the tax office will see your bank account. Are they paying you in cash?
No, they're like transfers. They make transfers.
Yeah, so your tax ID will see it. The system will capture you and they will audit you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so who is iPhone? And the person that is iPhone can.
Please, can I ask my question now?
Hello.
Can we just do it orderly? Let's do it orderly. 30 seconds.
40 minutes ago.
I have about 9 people here, so I'm going to be calling them one by one.
Host, can you just give them number so that we can do it?
So the person whose name is iPhone, can you unmute your mic? You have 30 seconds to state your question. Who is iPhone? I think that
I am, sir.
Another person. Now ask another person.
I am.
Okay.
Madam, calm down, please.
Okay, please go
Good
ahead.
evening. Thank you very much for the impactful section. My question is this: I registered my business about 2 months ago, but I've not been the business has not been functioning. So I don't know how will I be taxed. That is number one. I don't have the business has not been functioning, but I just registered because I know I heard that very soon registration will not be made open again. That is number one. And number two is that after registration with CAC, do I still need to register with a physical office somewhere? That's the second question. And the last question, please, is that how do I make the filing? How do I file? To which office do I file the annual return, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So let's quickly answer your question. If you register CAC, you have up to 6 months to make sure you register with the tax office. On your registration document, you most likely have your TIN there, but you need to take it to tax office and activate your tax promax. You can take it to any of the tax office. If you are not on tax promax, any tax office will onboard you on tax promax. You will have access to your tax promax, and you have to file your returns on tax promax if you are a limited liability. But if you are a business name, you are dealing with anywhere you reside for 183 days. If it's Lagos, you will be dealing with LRS. If it's anywhere else, you deal with the State Internal Revenue Service. Next question, please.
All right, so Mr. Stephen Afije, please, can you unmute and speak?
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. My question is, I got my TIN as a limited liability in February 2025, but I haven't filed since then. And now that we're not liable for tax for company under 100 million, do I still need to go file?
So I want to believe that if you say you got your TIN, you should register with tax office to onboard you to tax promax.
I have
if you're on tax promax, sorry?
I'm on tax promax.
So if you log in into your tax promax, you should see if links are being dropped on your account. If links are being dropped on your account as for VAT, you need to file nil to clean them.
Okay.
And and by 2026, the link to file 2025 account will drop. So you will need to prepare your audited account and file it.
From February,
even though you are not paying tax.
From February to date. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, Julius Enterprise, please, can you quickly go up? We can only take 2 more questions. Please, apologies for everyone. So we can only take 2 more questions. So
You
Joey's
take mine.
Enterprise.
Yeah, good evening,
my
sir.
hand has
Good
not
evening,
been
sir.
tied
Thank you
almost
so
40
much.
minutes.
Please,
I will
can you hear
talk.
me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Please, my question is, I registered my business way back 2017. I never knew of the annual return, and from until last year. So I am many years defaulted. I don't know. Will it not be better? Is there a way I can close the name and register a new name? Because what I was told, the amount to pay is just too much, and I don't.
Okay, this one is funny.
Well, I heard the same thing every time, but to be honest, I have no answer. It's a personal decision you have to make.
Better.
If you believe that the name doesn't there's a lot to the name of a company. So if you think that you can do it without the name and register another one, it's your call. If you think that you want
What
to
I
keep
mean
the
is,
name,
can the name be closed on the portal so that both the name and the tin will
Go
be
and close
cancelled?
it. Now
Will not be
it's your
attached.
personal decision.
that's your decision. It's not what it doesn't relate to
No
tax.
matter. No do that, you know.
Okay,
Please,
because
can
why
I
I'm
ask my
asking
question
is
now?
because a tin has been assigned to the name. So
Baba,
if
you
I
are
close the
wasting
name, if
someone's
that
slot.
tin can also be cancelled.
Mr. Jowies, this is not a tax question. So there's really nothing I can say to you, right? It is your personal decision. If you feel that you want to keep the name of the company, then you have to do the needful. If you feel that you can do away with it, then do the needful as well.
Can
Okay,
I go ahead and ask my
you.
question, please?
Can
Can I
I
go
have
ahead
my
and ask
question?
my question?
Hello?
Mr.
Sir.
Mr.
Ask your
Levi
question. Ask your question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Zulike, please
Okay,
go
yeah,
ahead.
this is Levi
Thank you.
speaking now.
Please, my
This is
question is
Levi
not
speaking.
much. It's just an another
Somebody
one
is
being
taking my
given
logo.
to spouse. Is it taxable? That's number one. Then number two, pastors are they?
Please, Judith, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening,
You're the
everyone.
last
Okay, I have
person. We will
two
not be taking any
questions.
question again after this. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Two questions, sir. I want to know if payee ID same as tax ID. Then secondly, I opened a business name few months ago with a JTB team. So now I've relocated from where I opened it was Delta State. Now I've relocated to Anambra State. If I change the address, will it change? Do I need to still register another JTB thing, or that JTB thing can serve anywhere? That's my question, sir.
Your JTB can serve anywhere. All
Okay.
you need to do, the law expects you to update your record in terms of if your address changes, you should update
Yes.
the record with JTB, right? Then, like I said, they are trying to harmonize the thing. So
Okay.
when we get to January, we will know what we will adopt. If everybody will migrate to JTB or if it will be your NIN, whatever it is, they will tell us.
Okay. So now, the payee ID, is this the same as tax ID?
So
Payee
if you
ID for where I work now, is it the same as tax ID they are asking us to obtain?
yes, it's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
Your payee ID is what you are still using to access you to tax in the state you reside. Also, as a business name, it is still the same you will use to pay your income from trade tax at the end of the year, or not before
Okay,
at 1st of March of the following year.
Okay, for business, I don't need to obtain another ID for my business name. I can use the place in the payee ID and where I'm working for my business. Is what I told
hold on, Judith. If your business, if you charge people VAT, you need to obtain TIN from FRS because it is only FRS that you can remit VAT to, right?
Okay.
And if you need to create a bank account, your bank will not accept that JTB from you except the TIN from FRS, right? But if it's income tax, personal income tax, it is that your payee ID that you will use.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, people.
Thank you very much. Apologies, we will not be taking any more questions. We wish that we could stay much longer, and our speaker has been gracious with us to spend this much time with us. Please let's with our emojis, let's appreciate him. Let's say a very big thank you to him. It
Can we
has
have
been
his
a very important.
contact?
Yeah, he's going to share that, but while he's doing that, let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him.
Okay,
The
yes,
link for
yes.
registration, for attendance registration, is on the chat. We will use that to get your details to send you the recordings. Please click on the form and register. Input your details so that we can get your details and follow up and share more information with you, and also share these materials with you. Sir, I was told that you have some announcement for us and your contact details. We would like to hear that. The floor is yours for you, sir.
Okay, so thank you. I'm going to share my screen again so that so if you need to reach me, you can scan here. This is my contact. You can scan here. And if you need to download the first lecture, that's for last week, you can scan here. So I'll give you just 30 seconds to pick the two QR, then make announcement for the next one. So I believe you have that. Then we do consult for people, and if you need to, what I will not advise you to do is to try to face tax office on your own. So if I would advise that take advantage of Tax Doctor Corporate Advantage, right? It do 3 tax insurance for 1 year. So any tax issue you have for 1 year, we will represent you without any problem. And if you do have it qualifies you for 1 or 2 sessions. If you need to prepare audit account, you enjoy 50% discount. If you need us keeping, you enjoy 50% discount. So, but because we are on this platform, we have a 50% discount off. If you use this promo code, which is JCI, JCI, if you use it, you can sign in with us for 50% of the price. And if you need to do that right away, this is it. If you click on this one, it will give you access to sign in into our cover for the next 12 months. So that's it. It's been a pleasure. And this promo code will last. It will expire by November 7th. So I try to give you another week, for you to process your thoughts, and that's it. So it's been a pleasure coming into your midst.
Sorry,
it's been a
sir. Can you please share the last note again? The first scan. Can you please share? Some of us couldn't get it then. First 2 scan. Sorry, sir.
Which one? This one?
The first lecture.
What? Okay, all right.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, thank you very much for your session, but we'll be grateful if the moderators can send information on our WhatsApp group. That is one. Number 2, I just want to point out something. We're in a formal meeting.
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you, sir. How can I join the WhatsApp group? I've been trying to join the WhatsApp group, but unable to.
Okay, so I believe I can take my leave. So if you guys don't want to have conversations among yourselves, right?
Hello, sir.
All
How
right,
can I join the WhatsApp
thank you very much, sir. The link for the WhatsApp group will be shared in next 2 minutes. Our moderator for the meeting, we drop the link for the WhatsApp group If you would like to join the
Okay.
WhatsApp group, just hold on. That will be shared. Please, and let's drop our emojis, appreciation emojis for our speaker. He has been very gracious, very, very gracious. This is supposed to be a paid session, but he has been gracious, to give us 2 very impactful free sessions. Let's drop it. Let's keep dropping. We are very grateful, sir. We're very appreciative. We do not take this for granted. And everyone that stayed up till now, wow, thank you for staying up till now. Thank you for all the questions. Apologies that we could not take the questions. So please check the chat. The link for the WhatsApp group have been dropped. I hope you have filled the attendance form. If not, you might not be able to get the recordings, and further information will be sharing. So please fill the attendance form. Go through the chat and fill the attendance form. Thank you very much.
I can't see the link for the WhatsApp group.
It's there on the chat. Just scroll up. It's there on the chat.
Okay, sir.
Is the
If
chat
you
the
can't fill the
attendance
form,
form?
just fill the attendance form. I think that will also lead you to the WhatsApp group. Fill the attendance form. That's the most important. We'll follow up with you from there. Once we have your details, we'll follow up with you on that, and we can always send you the link. The WhatsApp group have been shared again.
Mr. Emmanuel, is this general chat is the attendance form, or there's attendance form somewhere?
There's a attendance form link. Is a Google form link that's shared. Is there stated?
Okay.
Is there? Just check your chat there. So we'll be ending the session in 1 minute. So please quickly copy and fill in. I want to really appreciate everyone that has stayed up till now. Wow. It's been an interesting session, So in the next few minutes before we close the session, please let's quickly fill in. The chat, the link for the WhatsApp group is shared, has been shared. The link for the attendance form has been shared. Okay, so I'll be inviting our director, our skills and development director, to give us a closing remark before we call it an evening. I don't know if he's on the call, Dr. Additional. If you're on the call, please, the floor is yours to give us a closing remark if you are on the call. Oh, okay. I think he's not able to okay. Please just a few while we are trying to get our skills and development director. You can just go on to fill the form. In next 1 minute will be done. Okay. We are not able to get in right now at the moment, so we'll just be rounding up. I want to appreciate everyone. Really appreciate everyone for being here with us. If you are not yet with JCI Lekki Royale and you are interested, once you fill in the form, we'll follow up with you and guide you on every necessary detail, on how to be part of us. This is just one of the interesting and very impactful things we enjoy at JCI and JCI Lekki Royale. So we'll be glad to have you, be part of us, and a lot of exciting things to learn, networking, and everything that will help you become a leader in this generation. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I wish you a very restful and
Thank you, sir.
relaxing weekend.
Mr. Emmanuel.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. I would like to add a